We know that most people that come into the watershed planning process have some identified projects that they would like to work on, and they want to make sure that that is in the plan. However, we do ask that before people really start getting specific projects in mind, that they actually just allow the process to take place. And in that process, the first thing that we do is really identify the priority issues, and then we identify priority locations, and then we determine the appropriate practices or approaches to solving those problem locations or priority issues. Then at the end of the day, when the process is over, make sure that that project got included, and if it wasn't included, understand why it wasn't included. The way that we try to make sure that everybody's kind of thinking about the entire watershed and all of the issues in a holistic manner is to, first of all, do a really thorough data assessment. So we look at every plan, all of the data that indicates, what's going on with that watershed, where there might be trouble areas, where there might be really high quality areas. We start with that thorough data assessment, and then we go through an extensive public participation and comment period where we learn from everybody what their concerns are. And so we ask people to really be open to what is it in those plans or comments or suggestions from all of those participants that allow us to see the watershed may be different than as a local government authority or regulatory authority might have seen. And so as that process unfolds, it's grounded in data, but it's based on the values and the important criteria that have been developed throughout that planning process.
And lastly, we really want to make sure that we understand and involve the citizens within a planning process, making sure that we're taking into consideration the citizens of the community's top concerns and their top priority resources for the watershed. ISG has a large toolbox of different engagement and facilitation tools. During COVID, we actually learned a lot about how we can expand our use of technology to help involve different partners and communities into the planning process. One example of that we recently used was doing a virtual open house, which allowed people that may not normally attend a in-person open house for watershed planning to participate in a way that they felt comfortable.
Ultimately, we determined that a watershed planning process has been successful based on the implementation of the plan. However, the plan is in effect for 10 years, and so sometimes that would lead to a long time before you know the success. And that's of the plan. How we know that planning effort is successful is really about the amount of buy-in, the amount of collaboration that is going on throughout that planning process, and the degree to which each local government entity that's participating really fully supports that plan as it is going forward into its approval process. Having a third party come in that is a little bit more objective, a little bit more removed from it, and facilitate that process really allows all of those participants to be fully engaged. They don't have to worry about taking minutes, taking notes, what the group is doing, how to capture information. The facilitator, that outside consultant, really can move that project forward that way, and everybody gets to share to the same level throughout that planning process.